Every restaurant owner knows this message. Hey, love your vibe. I'm a food content creator. I'd love to come in and do a collaboration, which is influencer language for, I would like dinner. I have no money, but I do have a ring light. And somehow, this has become a business model. Not for restaurants, obviously. For people who take 3 photos of a burger, write OMG, hidden gem, and then ask if dessert is included. Welcome to the fake influencer economy of restaurants. A strange little world where someone with 8,000 followers, 6,000 of whom may or may not be real humans, believes they are the missing link between your empty Tuesday night and global domination. And the worst part? Some restaurants believe it too. They see followers. They see reels. They see a person holding a fork near their face, like they've just discovered fire. And they think, this could be marketing. Sometimes it is. But often, it's just someone getting free lunch with better lighting. There was a time when restaurant marketing was simple. You made good food. People came in. They told their friends. Maybe someone wrote a review. Maybe you put a chalkboard outside saying, best steak in town, which was legally risky but emotionally honest. Then social media arrived. At first, it was brilliant. A customer posted your pizza. Their friends saw it. Someone asked, where is this? They came in. That was real word of mouth. Then someone looked at that natural process and thought, what if I ruined this with an invoice? And the food influencer was born. At the beginning, some were genuinely useful. They had real audiences. They knew how to shoot food. They understood restaurants. They brought attention. But like every gold rush, it attracted 2 types of people. People with skill. And people with absolutely no shame. Suddenly, everyone with an iPhone, a Canva logo, and a bio saying foodie, lifestyle, explorer became a marketing channel. Explorer? You went to a brunch place 12 minutes from your house, Sarah. You didn't discover the Amazon. Here is the basic pitch. An influencer says, I'll come to your restaurant, create content, post stories, reels, and maybe a review. In exchange, you provide the meal. Sounds harmless. You give them food. They give you exposure. Except exposure is one of those words that sounds valuable until you try paying rent with it. Hello, landlord. I don't have money this month, but 14 people saw a reel of my eggs, Benedict. Good luck. The problem is not collaboration itself. The problem is fake value. Many restaurant influencers sell attention they do not actually have. They say they have 50,000 followers. Great. How many of those followers live near the restaurant? How many can afford the menu? How many actually trust the influencer? How many are real people? And most importantly, how many booked a table? Because likes are nice. Comments are nice. But restaurants do not survive on looks amazing. They survive on people walking through the door and spending money. A restaurant cannot pay suppliers with engagement. The butcher does not accept reach. The coffee distributor does not say, don't worry about the invoice. Your reel had a strong save rate. Now, to be fair, restaurant owners are not stupid. They are tired. There is a difference. Running a restaurant is already a daily psychological experiment. Staff don't show up. Suppliers raise prices. Customers complain that the medium rare steak is too red. Someone gives a 1-star review because parking was difficult in a city built 400 years ago. So when someone appears and says, I can help you reach thousands of people, it sounds tempting. It feels like a shortcut. And restaurant owners love shortcuts because the normal path is chaos. The influencer shows screenshots. Look, this post got 30,000 views. Amazing. But views are not customers. A video can get 30,000 views because people are laughing at the way the cheese stretches like a medical emergency. That does not mean anyone is coming for dinner. The restaurant sees a full table, cameras, excitement, stories being posted. It feels like marketing, but sometimes it is just theater. Marketing theater. Everyone is busy, everyone is filming, everyone is tagging each other. And the restaurant is still empty next Wednesday. Let's talk about the warning signs. First, the bio. Food lover, content creator, DM for collabs. Translation: I enjoy eating and I have discovered email. Second, the follower count looks impressive, but the engagement is bizarre. They have 80,000 followers. Their posts get 112 likes. One comment says, "Nice, dear." Another says, "Promote it on at viral_food _boost _global." This is not influence. This is a haunted LinkedIn page. Third, their audience is completely random. They are reviewing a small Italian restaurant in London, but half their followers live nowhere near London. Lovely. Your carbonara is now famous in a place where no one will ever eat it. Fourth, everything is amazing. The burger is amazing. The sushi is amazing. The dessert is amazing. The water is amazing. The napkin changed their life. That is not a review. That is a hostage statement. Real influence comes from trust. Trust comes from taste, honesty, consistency, and context. If every restaurant is the best hidden gem, then nothing is hidden. Nothing is a gem. And frankly, I'm starting to worry about your standards. So why do restaurants keep accepting these collaborations? Because it feels low risk. A free meal seems cheaper than an ad campaign, but it is not free. That table has a cost. The ingredients cost money. The staff time costs money. The table could have gone to paying customers. The kitchen has to prepare everything perfectly because now it is being filmed from 11 angles. And then there is the emotional cost of watching someone spend 17 minutes filming a spoon going into tiramisu. That should be illegal under several international treaties. The biggest mistake restaurants make is thinking, if they post us, we win. No. If they post you and the right people take action, then maybe you win. Marketing is not visibility. Marketing is targeted attention that creates behavior. That behavior might be booking a table, ordering delivery, joining a mailing list, attending an event. Coming back again. A reel with no strategy is just a digital balloon. Pretty for a moment, then gone. Now, not all influencers are fake. Some are genuinely talented. Some build real communities. Some understand lighting, storytelling, editing, restaurant positioning, and audience behavior. Those people are valuable. The problem is the bottom layer of the market, the fake economy. People who confuse consumption with contribution. They think because they ate the food, they created value. No. You had lunch. That is not a campaign. That is digestion. A real creator asks, what is the concept of the restaurant? Who is the target audience? What makes this place different? What should the viewer feel? What is the hook? What is the call to action? What happens after the post? A fake creator asks, can I bring a +1? And by +1, they often mean another influencer. So now the restaurant is feeding a small media agency that produces 3 blurry stories and a caption saying, "Vibes were vibing." Were they? Were the vibes vibing? Excellent. Tell the accountant. Restaurants often get seduced by vanity metrics. Followers, views, likes, shares. These numbers are not useless, but they are incomplete. 1 million views from the wrong audience can be worth less than 2,000 views from people within 3 kilometers of your restaurant who actually dine out twice a week. A local restaurant does not need global fame. It needs local frequency. The best restaurant marketing often sounds boring. Repeat customers, Google reviews, reservation data, birthday campaigns, local partnerships, corporate lunch deals, seasonal menus, good photography, consistent social content, clear positioning, not glamorous. But neither is profit. Profit is rarely glamorous. Profit is usually someone updating the stock sheet at 11:42 p.m. and realizing the truffle oil is killing the margin. That is the real restaurant economy, not someone pointing at bao buns on TikTok. So, what should restaurants actually do? First, stop treating influencers as charity guests with cameras. Treat them as media partners. Before saying yes, ask for data, not just follower count. Ask for audience location, average story views, average reel views, engagement rate, previous restaurant results, examples of bookings, codes, link clicks, or measurable outcomes. If they get offended by that, good. You just saved yourself a free dinner. Second, create a clear offer. Do not just say, "Come and post us." Say, "We want to promote our weekday lunch menu. We want more bookings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We want to introduce our new tasting menu. We want to attract local office workers. We want to drive delivery orders in this postcode." Now the campaign has a job. Content without a job is decoration, and restaurants already have enough decoration. Usually fake plants and one neon sign saying, "But first, coffee." Third, use tracking. Give the influencer a booking code. Something simple, something trackable. If 30 people book, great. If nobody books, then at least you learned something. That learning is worth more than pretending it was good brand awareness. Brand awareness is often what people say when nothing happened. Fourth, set deliverables. How many reels? How many stories? Will they tag the location? Will they include the booking link? Will they mention the offer? Can the restaurant repost the content? Can it be used in ads? Because sometimes the content itself is more valuable than the influencer's audience. A creator with a small following but excellent video skills can produce assets you can run as paid ads. That is useful. A creator with a huge following and the camera skills of a confused uncle at a wedding? Less useful. Here is the truth most restaurants ignore. Your best influencers are often already sitting in your restaurant. They are your real customers. They have friends nearby. They have trust. They are not posting because they are trying to get free calamari. They are posting because they actually had a good experience. So build marketing around that. Create moments worth sharing. Not gimmicks, moments. A dish with a story. A beautiful plating detail. A handwritten thank you card. A chef's recommendation. A small surprise dessert. A tableside ritual. A strong interior corner with good lighting. A menu item people remember. Then make it easy. Put your Instagram handle on the menu. Encourage tagging naturally. Repost customers. Reward regulars. Build a local community. And please update your Google business profile, because some restaurants will spend hundreds feeding influencers, but still have opening hours from 2019 online. That is not marketing. That is self-sabotage with parsley on top. Real restaurant marketing has layers. Influencers can be one layer, but they cannot be the whole cake. The foundation is positioning. Why should someone choose you? Not, "We serve delicious food." Everyone says that. Even terrible restaurants say that. Every restaurant says fresh, authentic, delicious, high quality. Those words are dead. You need a sharper idea. Are you the best quick lunch in the area? The most relaxed date night spot? The serious steakhouse? The chaotic group dinner place? The affordable comfort food place? The premium tasting experience? The best coffee meeting spot for local professionals? Pick a lane, then build everything around it. Menu, photos, social content, Google profile, website, reservation page, offers, partnerships, influencer selection. Because if you do not know who you are, no influencer can save you. They can only film your confusion in vertical format. A good influencer collaboration should look simple. Choose creators based on audience fit, not ego. Check if their followers are local. Review their past content. Define the objective. Agree on deliverables. Create a trackable offer. Measure results. Keep the creators who perform. Stop inviting the ones who only eat and vanish. The key is relevance, not fame. A small creator with 3,000 local followers can be more valuable than a fake influencer with 100,000 followers and the conversion power of a wet napkin. Here is a simple rule. Before accepting any influencer collaboration, ask, would I pay this person in cash for the value they bring? Because that is what free food is. It is payment. If the answer is no, do not pay them in steak. And if you do say yes, treat it like a campaign. Brief them, track them, measure them, learn from it. Marketing should not be a vibe. It should be a system. A creative system, yes, but still a system. Because restaurants already operate with thin margins, unpredictable demand, high labor pressure, and rising food costs. The last thing they need is a fake economy sitting at table 6 asking whether the lobster can be brought out again because the first video was not giving enough luxury. No, Chloe. The lobster has already given enough. The irony is this. Restaurants do need influence. They just need the real kind. The influence of a regular customer saying, you have to try this place. The influence of a Google review that sounds honest. The influence of a chef who knows what the restaurant stands for. The influence of a team that creates consistent experiences. The influence of a strong local reputation. That is the stuff that lasts. Fake influence is loud for a day. Real influence compounds. It builds over weeks, months, years. One customer comes back, then brings 2 friends. One office orders lunch, then orders every Friday. One birthday dinner becomes a yearly tradition. One good review becomes 10. One strong dish becomes the thing people travel for. That is influence. Not a stranger filming your pasta and writing, "Run, don't walk." Which is also what restaurant owners should do when an influencer cannot explain who their audience is. Run, don't walk. So the next time someone messages your restaurant saying, "Hey babe, would love to collab," don't panic. Don't be rude. Just reply, "Great. Please send your media kit, audience location, average views, previous campaign results, deliverables, and tracking proposal." And watch how quickly babe disappears. Because real creators will answer. Fake influencers will suddenly be very busy, probably exploring another hidden gem, 3 streets from their house. If you run a restaurant, remember, exposure is not a strategy. Followers are not customers. And a free meal is only free when someone else is paying for it. Usually, that someone is you.